Good morning, Knights, and welcome to the Knights Watch. I'm Evan.
And my name is Doyle.
The Knights Watch is a daily show that airs at the beginning of Block 2. The Knights Watch is a show made by students for students to keep everyone up to date with everything Queenie.
Now, let's get to the announcements. Do you like to cook? Do you want to participate in a cooking competition? If you answer yes to these questions, come to a meeting at lunch tomorrow in room 131.
Grad photos are happening now. Those of you who booked your graduation photos, please do the following. Arrive at your appointment on time. If you are late, you will not be able to take your grad photos. Make sure to bring $30 in cash. This is to pay the photographer for photos and proofs.
Your proofs will be sent to your email and mailing address a couple days after you take your photos.
It's still not too late to book your photos. Booking times are open on next Monday and Wednesday.
And other international news. Wait a minute. What's that noise?
In case you guys didn't know, Ecuador won 2-0 yesterday for the opening of the World Cup. So just saying, we're going all the way, baby. We want the cup. Let's go. Si se puede.
Well, yes, the 2022 FIFA World Cup kicked off in Qatar this weekend. Qatar is the first Muslim nation to host the World Cup, and Ecuador won the opening match of the tournament 2-0 against Qatar.
England, who played, they were the second match, they played Iran, they won 6-2.
And currently, Senegal and the Netherlands are playing right now. It's still 0-0 in that match.
And now, on to Nancy for the weather.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing well after what was undoubtedly a busy weekend, particularly if you are sports fans. To start out with, I want to apologize. I haven't been making my usual appearances on the Knights Watch, either at the start of the week to give you a little overview or at the end of the week to do celebrations and shoutouts. I am planning to rectify the celebrations and shoutouts thing this Friday, so I'd please encourage you to get your celebrations and shoutouts in. I have a ton of stuff that I want to share with you about some of the good things that I'm seeing. So that'll be on Friday, and you all know where to get the form to fill that in. Today, however, I'm actually here for a very, very specific reason, and I know that you are all no strangers to different surveys that we ask you to do. Over the course of a year, we ask you to do a division survey, we do a provincial survey, you do a resiliency survey, and we actually have a brand new survey that we're going to be doing this year. And it's a little bit different, and it's actually a very big thing for our division. So big that instead of talking off the cuff, as I often do, I'm going to actually walk you through some fairly specific details. It'll take me a little while, but I just want to make sure that everyone is really clear about what we are doing with the student demographic survey, because this is a survey that you're going to take tomorrow. The survey itself is only 6 questions long, but there's a lot of background, and it's a really important thing for me that we are all very, very clear as a school community about what this survey is and what we hope to accomplish with it. So I'm going to begin in just a second in terms of walking this through. You will see that you've got a slideshow that's going to correspond with my carefully scripted words. So without further ado, I will get started. So student success and well-being is at the heart of Edmonton Public Schools. We want all students to feel safe, to have a sense of belonging at school, and to grow and succeed as learners. In order to meet this goal, we know we need to better understand the identity and diversity of the students within our schools. To help gather this information, the division has developed a student demographic survey. The following presentation is going to help us to understand more about the student demographic survey. The survey has been developed based on research in the area of anti-racism and equity, listening to the voices of students, staff, and families, working with members of the community, and learning from other school divisions that ask similar questions of students. Let's start by watching this short video.
More than 100,000 students learn in Edmonton Public Schools. That's about 10% of Edmonton's population. Like a growing city, there's greater diversity as the student population increases.
To help support the success of all students, Edmonton Public Schools wants to learn more about the identity and diversity of the students they serve.
This fall, students in grades 4 to 12 will share more about themselves in a short demographic survey. The survey will ask students how they identify, such as their racial identity, ethnicity, religion, and gender identity.
Students can answer the questions they're comfortable with. Responses will be confidential and not shared with school staff or families.
Why are students completing this survey?
Edmonton Public Schools recognizes that racism and inequity exists in schools, and talk to staff, students, families, and members of the community to plan next steps in taking action against racism and inequity. They recommended learning more about students and families and then taking action based on the information. Findings from the student demographic survey will help support Edmonton Public Schools to better understand the students and families they serve. The information will help to identify barriers and inequities and inform actions the division will take to enhance student success.
What about student privacy and confidentiality?
Edmonton Public Schools follows all provincial freedom of information and privacy laws and best practices to protect student information. Responses to the survey will not be kept at schools or analyzed at the school level. All responses will be held at the division central office on a secure server and only accessed by a small number of staff who are responsible for data management and privacy. The division will analyze the findings and share the information with the public. No students or schools will be identified.
How and when will the survey be completed?
Students will complete the survey digitally in the fall. School staff will be there to assist with privacy, answer any questions, and provide support to students who may need it. Families with children in grades 4 to 12 will receive more details about the survey on School Zone.
Our hope for the future.
Learning more about students will help Edmonton Public Schools move from information to action to change.
This means a future where all students are proud of who they are, feel a sense of belonging at school, and experience success.
Learn more about the student demographic survey at epsv.ca.
By participating in the survey, you're providing valuable information about the diversity of students at Edmonton Public Schools. Your responses will... Sorry, folks, we'll just pause for just a second. Probably not my forte to read from a script. With other information to help the division in taking further actions to improve student well-being and success in school for all students. To help Edmonton Public Schools plan a survey to learn more about students, staff talked with students. Through these conversations, students shared that not all students experience school in the same way. Students shared that a survey asking questions about student identity is a good way to learn more about the diversity of students. Students told the division that if there was a student demographic survey, the information from the survey must result in more opportunities for all students to experience success at school. Students also shared that their responses to these questions must be kept confidential. Now we're going to go through some important information to help you understand more about the survey. Families and guardians have received a letter about the survey and the link to the video we just watched. You can feel free to talk with your family about the survey if you want to, and if your family has questions, they can contact me for more information. The survey will be open between November 1st to December 16th across the division for students in grades 4 to 12. Our school will make a schedule for students to complete the survey during class time in a space that supports privacy, and that's really over the course of this week. The survey is short. There are 6 questions for students in grades 7 to 12. If you have younger siblings in grades 4 to 6, there's actually only 5 questions. The survey is confidential and voluntary, but not anonymous. During this presentation, we'll learn a little bit more about what this actually means. The survey is considered to be confidential and voluntary, but not anonymous. What does this mean? Confidential means that your responses will not be shared with your family, school staff, or members of the public. Our school will not receive the responses from participating students, so we'll never see them. All student responses will be submitted electronically to a central division server and will only be analyzed and reported at the division level. This reporting will not provide results for individual students or schools. Voluntary means that you will be able to opt out from responding to any of the questions or the entire survey. Parents or guardians may also choose to have their child not participate. They must contact the school if they do not want their child to participate in the survey at all. Not anonymous means that your responses will be linked to your student ID number. The information from the survey will be used with other information the division has. This will help Edmonton Public Schools better understand patterns related to identity and support further actions to improve student well-being and success in school for all students. Identity is made up of many factors, such as a person's unique characteristics, such as your height, hair color, or personality traits, various social roles, such as friend or family members, groups a person belongs to, such as your community, clubs, or teams. Identity is personal and different for everyone, has many attributes or features, and is complex and unique to each person. How you identify today may shift over time as you experience life and continue to reflect upon who you are. You may also find that what you choose to share about your identity is different based on who you are with or why you are being asked. In this survey, you'll be asked to respond to 6 questions related to Indigenous identity, racial identity, ethnicity, religion, gender identity, and sexual orientation. These aspects of identity are just some of the factors that define who a person is. You will only respond to the questions you are comfortable answering. Each question on the survey will have the following options for students to answer. A list of identity choices. You'll be able to select as many as you feel describe who you are. A fill in the blank box if you wish to share an identity that is not listed in the options provided. Choices to support you opting out from answering by selecting one of the following. Not sure, I do not understand this question, I prefer not to answer, or you may simply leave the question blank. There may be words in the survey that are new to you or that you do not understand. A glossary is available to help you understand the words in the survey questions. You'll be able to click on the link to the glossary to look up words you are unsure about at any point during the survey. If you do not understand a particular word, but there's another word that reflects who you are, select that word as your response. If you do not understand the words or are uncertain about the choices, you can choose to opt out and not answer the question at all. The more students who complete the survey, the more helpful the information will be for the division. However, it's also important for you to know that your participation is voluntary, and student safety and comfort in answering the survey is most important. If you do not feel comfortable answering any question, you may choose one of the opt-out options or simply not respond to that question. If you have questions related to the survey itself, the best person to talk to will be the teacher who supervised you while you participated in the survey. If you need to talk to someone about your personal responses to questions asked on the survey or feelings that emerged while you answered the survey, you may want to talk with a staff member you have a close relationship with. This could be a teacher, an admin team member, educational assistant, or counselor. Your school safe contact, a parent or guardian, another person in your life who you trust. It's really important to me that you know that you've got people around you to talk any of this through with. The survey has been created after listening to and talking with community groups, staff members, families, and students just like you. During a focus group, students were asked, what's one hope that you have for this new data collection process? Students told us that they hope this will help students feel more comfortable and welcome at school and not be afraid of what others think of them. This will help students with their mental health and will impact the upcoming generation. That everyone can feel proud of who they are, and that when people are struggling in their own country and need to come to Canada, that they'll be accepted openly, that everyone feels safe and truly can be themselves, and that we get to see this knowledge expand among students and adults. The work to develop the survey was supported by the voices of students. They told us these were important questions to ask in order to help Edmonton Public Schools learn more about students in the division. Thank you for participating in the survey. It will help the division take further steps towards all students experiencing success in school. And you guys, I think I'll just say I want to thank you for listening to all that. And I apologize again. I'm reading from a script, and I want you to know why that script is important. In developing this is a division-wide thing. So we have, I think, 214 schools in our division. And one of the things that we recognize as being kind of a key to success here was that everybody was literally presenting the same message all the way through. And that's why we wanted this script to be a big part of it. I'm actually a part of the committee that was involved in developing this. And I just want to tell you that as we go through the script, it sometimes seems like it's a little bit stilted, but it's just out of an abundance of caution. This is something that we think is ultimately going to make schools a better place for all kids. And we really want to just make sure that we get it right. I think that's all I'm going to blather on about right now, but certainly if you have other questions, you can certainly talk to the teacher who's in front of you right now, and you can certainly talk to me or any of the admin team members if you have further questions. Tomorrow, in this same time, we're going to do the survey itself. We'll have details for you. But again, it's a short survey. It's not going to take us very long, but it is going to be a very, very important piece of what we're trying to build here at Queenie and here in Edmonton Public Schools. So again, thank you for your patience, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.